Welcome to hole number 1 of the Escape to the Sun tournament here on the Koh Hong Resort course. Playing this first shot, Navigator, big topper. I like to give it max top and about 1 bar of right spin. So we adjust this shot at 20% max distance, bouncing over this large bunker you see on the right and avoiding that bunker you do see up past this one up on the left. The idea being that if you just make a clean, perfect shot here, we should end up somewhere beautifully in about maximum short iron range. So I like to play almost always with the Thorn, as you probably know by now. Nothing wrong with other short irons. It's just something I've done for a long time. So that's a great drive right there. 330 up behind that bush leaves us a clean look to the pin. So to set up this shot, I kind of looking around, I decided to land on the fringe. I probably should have played it a little bit more backspin and landed on the green. I don't know if that would have actually altered the outcome here, but 4 bars of backspin is a good place to start, depending on the wind that we see in the tournament. Of course, a negative 10% max here is what I'm pulling for this adjustment. So just checking out that wind angle, try to line it up nice and straight. You know what I mean? You always want to start the tournament off with a drop. Feels good. And I mean, especially into that opening and weekend round, every single drop counts, especially on an old course like this. So looking forward to it, though. Whew, we're going to get a lot of booms in this one. I'll see you on number 2. Second hole, second chance for a drop. Now, bring your sniper here. Navigator ball once again. We're going to give this one 3.8 to 4 bars of backspin. And I do end up giving this 1 bar of right spin. Now, setting it up there, you can see that second bounce is on the fringe and half that blue ring is in the rough on the right. 45% minimum distance. I do pull this one 4.3 rings. I check pretty darn closely here. Just a little off that green. 4.3 is the pull. So this one is no guarantee, but it is definitely a decent look at a drop. And I'm telling you, if you can get a couple of drops early in your round, it's going to make things so much nicer. So we'll try to get this one. Come on, baby. Let's go. Hit that pin. We'll see you on number 3. Hole number 3, we're looking at a par 5. Bring yourself a Titan and an extra mile. Give this one 4.5 bars of top spin here. I gave it like 2 bars of right spin. Now, you see those old side spin values there. That's no longer in the game. That, with the Titan ball, is equivalent to 2 bars of right spin. So, adjust the drive here, 10% max. You see how we're setting up kind of just onto the skinnier part of the fairway? It's a little bit of a narrow drive, so while it is helpful to use a little bit of overpower here sometimes, you don't want to go too crazy. There's no need to get in the rough here. This is absolutely a makeable drive. Now, to those of you who've played this one a lot, you're going to look at my backbone choice and think, man, why aren't you bringing the sniper? It's because I didn't have enough reach here with this low level account. So if you bring a sniper, high level clubs, the shot's going to set up a little differently for you. You want more distance or a larger powered second club. But what I'm working out here is we're at min, max, and roughly medium distance. Now, I checked this thing. I'm pulling this at 10% max. And all I did here with 0 bars of spin is lining it up with the second bounce just a little bit away from the fringe and that red ring just touching the top of the rough here. Take a look at the wind angle. It's not always going to play exactly the same. It really depends on what they give us in the tournament. But for the average rookie player, this is a much more approachable approach shot than trying to bring a club that they don't have. And, you know, I just think it's pretty cool. So gives us a chance for a drop. If we get the LB here, baby, that's 2 out of 3. Come on now. Bounce and roll. You know what's going in. Come on. Let's go. Hole number 4, we have an interesting and very makeable par 3. I'm giving this one like 4.2 bars of backspin. And take a look at the top of the white ring. It's kind of just into the fringe. That's a really good reminder because that's really the indicator that I'm using here to set it up. Now, it is a bit of a crosswind from left to right, so I'm just ever so slightly offsetting to the right here. This is a 20% max distance pull. And there's a few ways you can play this hole. You can play it from further back and kind of roll it up, but I've always enjoyed this approach. And the reason I'm using a Kingmaker here is because this comes from a tournament where I really had this one dialed in. I was doing really well and wanted to have a low wind, so you guessed it, I could get the drop. I'll see you on hole number 5. Hole number 5, I'm going to show you a couple ways to do this here. So quarterback in the katana, you're going to go the 3 bars of topspin, bar and a half, 2 bars of right spin, setting it up at max distance. And I've got either the red or sometimes about half the blue ring here in the rough on the right. So we just set it up here with the 10% max adjustment. Now you're going to see a lot of people playing this hole to the left. There's nothing wrong with that. But take careful look at the wind direction here and consider how my second shot will be. A little bit of curl. I call that about 25% or so. Some call it inner wall, outer wall, all sorts of walls. But just give it that much curl and get it down here just into the shadows. Doesn't have to go super long. And then you'll have a look at the second shot. So, second shot. Now, I'm bringing a sniper. See how that wind is really working in our favor coming in that direction? I do play a rough bump here in this example. So, I give this one about 3.5 top, 3 right, and you're going to see when we apply that spin how beautifully this sets up. Just like that. I feel like it's like meant to be. So, max distance there with the sniper, and I play this one at 0% max. You see how we're set up at 10%, changing it. Getting all the adjustments right. So we should be pulling approximately 2.9 rings here. And, you know, you can see this is with the Sniper 6, and that does not have the fully developed ball guide. But given the way this shot works with the wind in our favor, you get a good ball guide to the pin there. So, you know, it depends on the bag that you're playing, depends on your clubs, but if you set it up, get a little luck, we'll get ourselves some booms. Good luck, and I'll show you this shot, second shot, one more time. All right, so still with hole 5, second shot. See how we've got the exact same Sniper 6 here, also with the Katana ball. I'm actually giving it 3.5 back and 2 bars of left spin, maybe like 3.6 back, whatever that is. And we're not doing a rough bump, but I'm bouncing it in here. So this is a completely fine way to play. Just because I show you one way does not mean I'm against another way, especially if it favors your play style or, you know, it just happens to suit your skill set. Special shout out to my friend who hates rough bumps, Mr. David Harris. Let's get one for Shinobi this time, buddy. Come on now. So clean. 0% adjustment here. Once again, same elevation. We're playing from the same drive down to the same similar position. Similar, you know what I mean. But as you can see here, you can get it done, baby. You just got to work the angles. We'll see you on the next hole. Hole number 6, par 5. This is the kind of hole that really benefits from longer clubs. So I played the drive, max top, max left. That's 4.5 top, 3 bars of left spin because I got a kingmaker here. There's a big strong headwind here compared to what I was used to when I made this shot originally, and I was really doing what I can to cut down the wind. If you can't afford that kingmaker, bring the best wind protection you've got, okay? Wind resistance, I know. So a little bit of overpower here, just according to the wind. Hopefully we don't get this kind of headwind in the tournament, but you got to be ready for everything because that's what they're going to give us these days. So a little bounce and roll up the middle, and we're looking to set ourselves up for the second shot. Now, if you have enough distance on your drive, you can actually have like a nice rough bump on the second shot, but that's not my scenario. As you can see, we're not reaching. So we got to bounce it over, and you have to be versatile and play these shots according to your clubs, your balls, and your skill level. So I give it a couple bars at top. I'm like, no, not enough. Go all the way, 3.5 top. And I got about 1.5 bars of left spin here. You can just even that out at 2 bars of left spin, but whatever it takes to just straighten this ball guide out, this looks pretty good to me. So 10% medium distance here, 2.4 rings is what I end up pulling here into this light headwind, but still a headwind and still the kind of thing that, you know, it can limit your chances, and especially for a rookie player with lower level clubs can really make this course play much more difficult than it can be. As you can see though, even trying to figure it out, we came really close. Nice weight on that shot. That's something we could work with if we have to. See you on number 7. Hole number 7, once again, a par 4. Now, this is one I really love. I always feel like the second shot here is very makeable. Quarterback, I've got it set up with the white ring on the right, 3 top, 1 left. And this is a really great adjustment. I actually think I got this one for Toasty back in the day. If you know, you know. So clean, 10% max adjustment here. And we don't need to push for any crazy distance. That's why we're using an accuracy type club like the quarterback. What that does is it really helps us to keep this ball in play. You can make it to the green if you get it in the rough, but your chances of getting that drop are a lot less. So I like this setup. It brings us really nice and far down the fairway and gives us a clean look for the second shot. So second shot, I am bringing a sniper here, and with this sniper, we're going to play a rough bump. However, if you don't want a rough bump, bounce it on that little pad just before the green. Your spin will change a little bit. 1 bar of left spin, about 1.5 bars of backspin here. I could probably just go 1 back. You're going to see how close this one is, but it works. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? That's kind of what I like to think. So we set it up there, top of the yellow ring, just touching the edge of the rough or touching the edge of the fairway, however you want to look at it. And we just pull it 10% medium distance, like I said, into this 3.3 crosswind. So clean, perfect shot there, bringing it up. Beautiful bump. Roll it, just getting that drop. Very nice, though. We'll see you on number 8. Hole number 8, par 3. Spoiler alert, I've only ever sunk this one once, and you're going to see it right now. I'm bringing a sniper club here and a katana ball. I adjust the shot at 30% medium distance. 3.5 bars of topspin, 3 bars of left spin. And I know, lots of rough bumps in this tournament, but that's just the way it is. And we used to do so many rough bumps. I think that's why Playdemic has kind of altered some of the newer courses to have less of them, just to kind of keep things with a little bit of variety. But I think this is honestly the best way to play this hole. You can play it right to the left of the rough and give it a different spin set and just bounce it in. Nothing wrong with that. You might want to bring a guardian for that kind of shot, right? So keep that in mind. Certainly a possibility, but I love this one. Beautiful speed. Love the camera angle. Turning in. Watch it hit that pin. We'll see you on the final hole. Hole number 9. It just feels like such a classic hole 9 for me. I give this one max top, max left, and once again that's 2 bars of left spin. And take a careful look at the second bounce. That's really all I'm looking at as I set up this shot. Now I adjust here at 10% max. This one, depending on the wind, sometimes we have to take a little bit of topspin off, and sometimes we give it a little bit of curl to the left, just like that. Nothing crazy, but you do want to pay attention to the fact that the rough on the right up there where that little stand of trees is definitely in play if you give this one too much aggression. However, I wish I had given this one more aggression. You see, I'm recommending the sniper because I think most people are going to be in a good position to play it. However, this one here, I've got the Viper and we're coming at it, and I'm just like, I want to be a little bit closer. So instead of playing with a whole bunch of topspin or even like half a bar like a regular person, that's what I recommend. Just play like half a bar of topspin. No big deal. It's going to roll in beautifully. I gave it a little bit of overpower, but you know what? I told you we're going to get some good drops in this video, and sometimes you got to have a little fun, and you just got to get that boom, baby, to end it off. We'll get this one in the tourney when it counts, baby. See you out on the course. Good luck.